Welcome to Press Review on Good Morning Anambra. My name is Ajuluchuku Okabwe. Today's date is 7th of January 2025. Like we always do, well, let us take a pause. When we come back, we'll continue with stories making headlines on ABS websites. Don't go. The show is about to begin. Welcome back with me this morning for the paper reviews. Is Ifi Onachuku.
Good morning and welcome to the program Press Review. Let's take a look at what the papers say. Don't go anywhere. So,
Well,
Ajulu.
let's start with the headlines on ABS website. Anambra CP says effort at reducing crime and criminality in the state is yielding positive results, and over 300 suspects have been arrested for various crimes. We're still seeing that WAEC introduces receipt examinations for WASSCE candidates, and then NDLEA arrests US-trained Hollywood and Nollywood filmmaker Emeka Mbadiwe in Lagos. Wow, this is not too good to hear.
Not too good to hear.
People that we look up to as role models being found in things like this.
Does it mean that he was operating under a guise?
Most likely, I guess.
Probably.
After further investigations, we'll definitely know.
He's still a suspect anyway.
Yeah, he's still a suspect.
And I think I'm particularly interested in that of WAEC. You know, Wase candidate having a receipt. You know, in those good old days, when somebody has a receipt, you'll be hiding.
You'll be hiding, yeah.
Instead of you going back to school or, going for a receipt. Probably some people will want to become private candidates. And all this, and it might not even help you to read your books and all this. So, but I mean, we'll get the details but that's positive.
Very,
positive.
Very, very positive. Also, is the first story that we read out to you there. Over 300 suspects have been arrested for various crimes. When you're talking about crime and criminality in the state, and what baffles me most is sometimes I begin to wonder what's happening to our youth these days. Everybody seems to be looking for the easy way out through crime. Whereas there are other positive means where one can be gainfully employed, even apprenticeship, skills acquisition, and the rest of it all. It now makes the effort of the government, you understand, in futility with all these monies that has been spent in the One Youth, Two Skills, the ICT hub, a whole lot the government is doing, trying to get us into the positives of how to, fend for ourselves and our families.
And the figure keeps increasing because when 300 persons have been arrested, how many are we?
How many is left?
How many youths do we have?
You understand?
It shows you that, many youths are getting deeply involved on a daily basis in crime. And it's not telling a good story about what, the state.
It's not good. But to both parents and even the authorities, you understand, when I mean authorities, I mean the government, other social corporate organizations and the rest of it all, we have a whole lot to do in order to curb this menace because, sincerely speaking, if you think you're making the money today and then you're neglecting your children, you understand, tomorrow, you discover that what you have breeding at home is a monster.
And some stories that we've heard about people who engage in crimes, the way they kill people, not minding your age, not minding the plea, the pleas. Some people will plead and ask, please, tell you stories about who they are, what they've been through and all this, but eventually you will kill the person. Then when nemesis comes, sometimes people will go through hard times, through harrows, and then you keep feeling for them, not knowing that they've been involved in one thing or the other.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Let's quickly go to the main papers today.
Starting with the Daily Times.
Yeah.
EFCC dismisses 27 officers for fraudulent activities, misconduct. Wow, that's the banner headline of the Daily Times. Well, 10 months after, Saudi acquits 3 Nigerians over drug charges. Oil marketers predict drop below. NDLEA arrests drug kingpin Hollywood filmmaker. Governor Muftwang are set to recover government assets, inaugurate recovery panel. And then at the mast there you have economy. Tinubu right to ignore IMF, World Bank recommendations. That's coming from Senator Carlo. And you have one dead, several injured as explosion rocks Islamia school in FCT.
You know, when I heard the story about the blast in a school where 2 children were killed, I said, what was their intention?
What exactly? What
you
was
know, this
happening
early in the year, you want to cause people hardship, you want to cause them pain, you want to kill people. Where is your conscience? Where is your conscience? What are your intentions? This should be the questions we should ask these perpetrators. Can we, for once in our life, when it's early, this early in the year, talk to ourselves, talk to our consciences, and tell ourselves, let's into my mind when I heard that innocent children.
When I'm talking about the dismissal of 27 officers for fraudulent activities,
I think I like that.
I like that. From the EFC, this is leadership by example.
Yeah.
So I think this should cut across every agency, paramilitary and the rest of it. And it will further give the citizens that impetus to have regards and then
trust. When you say police is your friend, they will look at you twice. But when things like this happen, then when you say police is your friend, they will say, yes, of course, police is my friend.
Well, nice one. I pray they do that too, to not just their officers, but to Nigerians holding political offices, people that are in charge of our commonwealth. I think we need to see more of that in that line. You
know, once somebody enters into a public office, the first thing they will tell you is, you have to change your life while coming out. Do you understand? They will tell you that if you stay there and then your life doesn't change positively, as in gathering a lot of wealth and all this, that, you failed. And if you do that, if you come out without additional wealth, when you come out, they will tell you that you've been a stupid person.
While enough is the opportunity came and you blew
it. You didn't use it. So this is very, I think I like that. And then Senator Ojizo Carlo talking about the economy, saying that Tinubu was right to ignore IMF, World Bank recommendations. Did he actually ignore that?
Well, not in all details.
Yes.
Not in all. Because
so let's just not go there. There are still other things, that he was told. And I think this removal of petroleum subsidy was a part of it.
Yeah.
And some people are saying that it wasn't well.
The floating of the dollar too was part of it.
Some people are saying that he should have done that gradually, so that the economy will not be too harsh on the people. Okay. So let's get to the next paper, which is The Punch. And it says, from the masthead, we have retirement. Top generals get $20,000 medical allowance, bulletproof SUV, others. OAGF indicts NNPCL in 514 billion naira transactions. And then Trump proposes US-Canada merger as Trudeau resigns. Okay. Then we'll go down. New Year message. APC tackles obedience as Obi alleges threat to life. And it has the rider, Obi playing politics of bitterness, says APC. And Nigeria transforming into repressive regime, ex-governor says. Going down there, we have cult clash. Aida Tiwa declares curfew as mother, baby, ex-youth leader, others killed. Too bad. And then 33 ex-workers sue CBN over sacking, demand 30 billion naira. Wow. Can you beat that? Wow. Thank God it wasn't in dollars. All right, going down, we also have JAMB generated 22.9 billion naira, remitted 6 billion naira to federal government, says board. I hope you heard that right.
I saw that. What happened to the balance?
Now, a woman who cost Sheyi Tinubu IG gets 10 million naira bail. I saw that. I said, that was what I just swallowed my breath. Okay, and then finally, we have this. from the Punch newspapers, and that's EFCC sacks. Okay, we've already taken that.
Yeah, but then this is detailed.
Detailed, okay.
There is $400,000, you understand, fraud
Fraud.
complaint, you understand?
Yeah.
So, and, well,
So it was actually a particular band of suspects.
Suspects,
on a particular crime, not just, I thought they were brought in from different crime-related issues. Okay. Okay, that's it. So let's go to the next paper.
Yeah, the next paper is the Vanguard newspaper, and quickly, the banner headline is saying thousands face life-threatening ailments from lead poisoning. And then the writer says, varsity dons medical practitioners, farmers raise concern. Ebonyi government flays federal government for poor supervision of miners. Laments miners fail to implement agreement with communities to provide amenities. 2 killed, 2 others injured as explosion rocks Abuja school. Sokoto SSG loses daughter, 3 grandchildren, house help to fire. Wow. And I have received threat messages. That's coming from Peter Obi. APC chieftain, mother, child, 2 others shot dead in Ondo cult war. Court grants 10 million bail to lady detained for threatening Tinubu's son, IGP. Osimhen is highest rated player in Turkish Super League.
That's your area.
Yeah, that's my area. And at the mast you find after NEC approval about power hikes electricity tariff by 120%. Wow. Suspension of LG chairman. Court orders Okpebolo, Edo Assembly, to maintain status quo. EFCC fires 27 officers over alleged corruption. We've seen that. Abo tanker explosion. I saw my wife on the ground burning. Distraught husband. Wow. Explosion in Abuja, explosion in Delta State. All within the first 1 week of January. Wow. I hope we don't have it rough.
We have Mr. and Mrs. What are they talking about? This husband and wife.
Okay, the cartoon. Let's see. What's my...
Is it SSIND?
Yeah. My 10 university undergraduates screamed for help, and I responded. Those girls were almost drowned. Their compound was flooded. Well done, knight in shining armor, replied the wife. One day, the result of your compound interest will come out.
Is it? Maybe the wife is suspecting the husband of
trying to go
dating one of the girls.
Yeah.
All right. But, talking about these threat messages, I don't think it's warranted. Since we have freedom of speech and all these, when people talk, they should guard their words anyway. But then when people talk, you don't need to threaten them because they add their opinions. For
somebody in the political limelight of his life to be having such comments and then actual threats coming to him, he doesn't really speak well about what we practice as democracy. There should be freedom of speech, and if we practice what the Americans do, I think the American president, either the Republican or the Democrat, face the heaviest, criticism.
Yes,
ever. What we do here is nothing compared to what happens there. People even go as far as even wanting to be violent before the president, you understand? So when we talk about freedom, we should express ourselves. And I've come to think of it, if you're the leader, there's nothing wrong in you telling your people, your subordinate, that criticism brings out the best in me. So nobody knows it all. Nobody knows it all.
Exactly.
So if the economy is not going too well, that's why we are in democracy. That's why we have pressure group. That's why we have opposition to tell you, if you're spending too much in this area, don't you think that you're neglecting this area? So if somebody tries to call you to order, you said you don't want that. You want to silence every person.
A lot of people talk.
I like
and then,
people talk.
Pick one or two things from their speeches.
Exactly.
And, you make the country a better place to live in. Okay. And then we have The Guardian. 3 MBPD target. 49.7 trillion naira budget rests on new FIDs, secure oil assets.
Wow.
This is huge. Okay, it's all on oil. Can't we, for once, think about non-oil products? Let's diversify, our income, ways of income.
I remember my
my
grandmother used to tell me then, way back, she would tell me that there's nothing that you can do in this life without agriculture.
I think we've forgotten agriculture.
We've forgotten agriculture. Virtually everything that you look around you is agricultural derived. You understand? There are derivatives from agriculture. The chair, the cushion, everything you look around here, there is something relating to agriculture. If it's not rubber, if it's not, what is it called, your cash crops, if it's not even the palm tree with more than 19 derivatives from just one plant. So why would we neglect a thing like this, so glorious? Countries that don't even have land are managing to sustain themselves.
Have you forgotten the story of our palm fruit?
Exactly.
Our palm fruit. How
cocoa.
Yes. People have come here to take them to their, to develop their countries.
I'm telling you.
God already blessed us. There's no food, no crop that doesn't, that you can't plant here and then it will.
In commercial quantity.
In commercial quantity. So I think something is wrong with us. We need to go in and think. It's January. Let's go in and think agriculture. I think it will help us.
It will help us.
Okay, continuing with The Guardian, we have 80 bandits killed in Katsina as hoodlums levy Zamfara communities. MDA's defense spending as NAS eyes January ending for budget approval. Is it not too late, January ending? I thought they would have done that in December, at least, or November.
Yeah.
Okay? Then we have culprits of a Ibadan stampede must face trial, marking the vows. IGP court orders Bebelo house to remain or to maintain status quo. Have I really crossed the line? Obi queries alleged threat to life. Lassa fever, NCDC experts raise alarm, advocates prevention, early treatment. And then down we have medical lab scientists in limbo over AAU, MLSC, and quota row. Anyway, this is not for us. I think it's a specialized area.
And quickly, let's see what we have on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. The banner headline, 2 killed in Abuja school bombing, police arrest perpetrator, urge vigilance. And now we see Nigeria screens air travelers as HMPV spreads to more countries. EFCC sacks 27 officers over fraud. Ibadan stampede corporate must face trial. That's coming from the governor. Makinde, security operatives destroy 2 IEDs in Niger communities. Boko Haram attacks military base, kills soldiers, vigilantes in Borno. Cut corporate taxes to 19%. Nasima tells Tinubu. Disengaged staff sue CBN, demand compensation. Wow, this is really, really disturbing. Boko Haram attacks military base, kills soldiers, vigilantes in Borno. I'm really
showing you that they are trying
the audacity, man. Yes. I just don't really understand this.
They're trying to destabilize the security apparatus of, different states and different locations.
What will it even cost to bring security insurgents to the barest minimum in this part of the world? Sometimes
when we tell ourselves the truth,
don't really understand.
Some people have actually said that some politicians' hands were there, are innate. Nobody knows. These are accusations. But when these accusations are made, I think it's definitely a responsibility of government to investigate and find out. Yeah. And if anybody is found culpable, what do? Because you bring the person to book.
Just the front page of the Daily Trust is 3 stories that are security related. The Boko Haram.
Alarming. And children are involved.
Exactly. Security operative destroy 2 IEDs in Niger community. And you begin to wonder, with the pictures of the bombings there and everything, look at children and, oh no, I don't. This is really disturbing. I don't know for how long will this continue.
What do you go? And talking about what Makinde said about the Ibadan stampede, you remember the Christmas party? Yeah. And the organizers' mother came crying that Nigerians should help the child, let them not jail the child, that she had good intentions and all these. But her crime was that she didn't put good security measures in place before organizing such a thing that she knows she had good intentions, to execute. So that's a story. That's something that we should learn from. While organizing anything you're doing that will involve crowds, why don't you involve security? make sure that there should be first aid, there should be security. It also happened in Anambra State, remember?
Yeah.
Where they went to take
103
yes,
people lost their life.
So let's be cautious so that, like the Igbos say, if Omagara before Joe, you know. Okay,
let's go to the next
paper. That's Nigerian Tribune. You can take it.
New Year message, my life under threat.
This my life under threat.
Obi alleges.
It's in all the papers, screaming in all the papers. That shows you that it's not normal.
There's no smoke without fire.
Yes, it's not normal. Let the authorities take a look at it.
Of course. Yes. Court orders Okpebholo Edo Assembly to maintain status quo. Another 2 council chairman impeached. Well, Edo needs to sort themselves. 2024 UTME JAM remits 6 billion to federal government coffers. Contributes over 50 billion to national treasury in 7 years. Wow. This is milking the citizens.
Yeah.
Sincerely speaking. And this money is not even going into improving the educational system of Nigeria. Well, Obasanjo, Abiodun, Daniel Amosun, Adebutu, others mourn as Cash Madam,
yes.
Edinuseri dies at 89. Wow. May our gentle soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Army uncovers 20 illegal refineries, arrests 11 operators in 4 states. Tax reform bills. Governors Forum cancelled meeting 4 times. That's coming from Oyedele. Yeah, we've seen the EFCC case. KPMG banking industry survey. UBA emerges top 5 in customer experience. ISWAP raids Borno military base. 6 soldiers feared killed. Wow.
I think they should take a critical look at the activities of ISWAP because they seem to be more dangerous than other. Yes.
Than Boko
Haram. Yes. And talking about these tax reform bills, you know what's it called? The Northerners have rejected it entirely, whole and entire. You know, and coincidentally, that's what we're going to discuss this morning.
Yeah.
You know, on our discussion segment, they've rejected it entirely, and the governors are also rejecting it. Why can't the federal government take it?
Does it mean that it is bad in all totality? Is there no good sides to read that we can pick and probably help improve the economy?
What
of
about
this
the
country?
other ones? Do you know that you might have like 90 rights? That one right, 90 rights, and then 10 wrongs can actually defeat them.
So to me, there are still positives in this tax reform bill. Why wouldn't they sit down, go through it, and then remodify it in order? In fact,
they need to review it.
The reason why they are kicking against it is because it's not suitable to them.
Yes.
But it's suitable to encourage business growth. It is suitable for you that wants to invest. It is suitable for you, minimum earners.
With the rumor that a particular state will get the bigger beef from the meat from the cow. Does it show transparency?
No, it shows transparency because the more you bring, the more you bring to the table, the more you should get. What I'm
saying is, when we have a lot of corporate organizations in different parts of the state, instead of paying taxes to the state, you're not paying to a particular state where the headquarters is. Is it transparent?
That is one area which can still be reviewed. But on the other side, where population seems to be the yardstick.
I don't think they're kicking against those places.
Exactly, they're not kicking against those places.
Let there be a review.
Exactly. So
let there be a review whereby you try to strengthen, open up the north. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Open up the naughty areas so that it will be favorable to everybody. I don't think that the Governors Forum is actually getting selfish about it.
Because
it's because there's a particular gray area.
Yeah.
In that
doesn't go in tandem with them.
So what we're talking about, since we are now running a federation, that means that the state should also benefit from anything that has to do with tax.
Of course.
That's what it should be. So let there be a rethink. Let there be a review on it. Well, that's where we are on Press Review this morning. Ajulu.
Yeah, and that's the much that we can do.
Okay, we have Blueprint. Let's quickly go through Blueprint. That's the last paper here.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
The committee, the banner headline, Presidential Committee on Tax Reform, just like we said, we wrote 6 governors. Only Ubasani Sanwo-Olu met us. Says others have no time for us. Governors Forum invited us, called appointments 4 times. Cancelled appointments 4 times. That's coming from Oladele. 2025 budget, Senate to suspend plenary for 2 weeks on resumption. NAS set January 31st as a tentative date for passage.
Tentative, not even the actual date. Let's not delay this economy.
Port Harcourt worry refineries will boost Naira value, address foreign exchange challenges. And then Chan, home Eagles will shine at tournaments. That's coming from the captain. And then we have the same school explosion, kills 2 students, injures 5. Police confirm 18 injured in Port Harcourt gas explosion. Again, wow, that's about the 3rd explosion we've seen in
too
this.
many explosions.
Too many explosions. I don't really,
beginning of the year.
are we getting careless, or is it Amatan that is making things, a little bit back?
That means that the government should not play with these rumors from people on social media that a certain tribe is relocating to different parts of the country to do 1 or 2 things. They shouldn't take it. They should take it seriously.
They should take it seriously. It's very, very important.
What did I see? What did I see at the masthead where Makinde alleges the bandits are relocating to Oyo from Northwest?
Just
and
like
it's from a governor.
Yeah.
All the same thing I said.
Yeah, because these are the custodian of the intel,
for him to have
security
said this,
intel of the state apparatus. So
they shouldn't
this is
take it lightly. For Makinde to have said this, let's take a critical look at this. Let's save our country. Let's do something that will make our country not go, go underwater, please. Let's take Makinde seriously. Another governor should start. If you see anything like this, start shouting so that security will be software.
And at some point, they will tell you that why will you restrict Nigerians from relocating or probably getting
Where are they relocating? In the forest? Is the forest a habitable place? Do you understand what I mean? If you want to relocate to any place, relocate in a habitable area. Come and look for a house and live there.
But these are nomads now with their cattle and the rest of it.
Which cattle? Anyway, let the government take control of this. Okay, and then we have EFCC, okay, we've taken care of that, dismissing 27 officers on a particular crime. And then police arrest 50 suspected vandals in Abuja. Is it vandals? I think they cut it off.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. That's what we have for you here on Press Review this morning.
Well, I hope you enjoyed what we brought to you. Well, the newspaper stands are all over your locality. You can go pick up any newspaper and read any
the details.
Story, and then get yourself really, really informed about the happenings in your country. And that's where we're going to be calling a shot for now. We'll continue at the other side when the discussion segment.
Yes.
Good Morning, Anambra.
Yes, remember that on our discussion segment this morning, we have a very important issue that we want you to join us, and that's talking about the tax reform. What are the pros and the cons? We have an expert in the house who's going to take a look at it and then, inform us more. Let's update our knowledge on the tax reform. Thanks for joining us. My name is Ifi Onachupu.
And I'm Ajuluchuku Okabwe.